I think Random is onto something. Soul Eater, well, Fire Force leading up to Soul Eater in terms of a prequel and a sequel, legit might be the best prequel to sequel anime collection in history. Because I really can't think of anything that compares to it as of right now.
That should.
Yeah, they're both in the same tier though. For me, they're definitely both in the same tier. All right, one thing that I'm going to start doing as well moving forward is that every now and then, it's not going to be a consistent weekly thing by any means, but every now and then we'll kind of ask for some hot takes, anime hot takes that we're going to react to. I might put it on the community tabs, which I did recently, or I might put it on the Discord channel asking, yo, some of your hot takes for that. But Brandon, what's up?
Sorry, I got to answer Santos' question real quick. There'll be a vocal minority of fans who will get mad because they're not getting the true story, but they also have to keep it 100. If you get Berserk 100%, like there's only like 3 places that can legitimately show that, like HBO, like all the places you have to pay to watch it, and I don't think that's realistic. You don't need to show the start of the Black Swordsman arc when Guts is legitimately like messing with that demon, and then it's all a ruse just to kill it. Like there's a lot of stuff where you can just kind of go around it as long as you're getting the conviction arc. I understand that is crazy. I don't know how they're gonna animate that, Ty. The conviction arc itself.
I'll be honest with you,
crazy.
like that scene in the cave. My thing is this: I ain't gonna lie. People who be like, "No, they need to see everything." I'm like, "Hey, those are bad guys. Those are bad guys."
You can,
and you don't need to see everything. Bro.
Ty, and think about the implications of that cave scene. Casca is a child mentally, in the worst place for a child to be.
Read that when you're like 25, man. I don't even recommend it to people under 21.
I don't even know. Lonnie's binging it right now. He's literally harming his mental health right now, binging it.
I'm fine.
Well, Lonnie's crazy. That don't count.
So like, I felt no change, guys. No change. I'm still as happy as
because you're nuts, and that's why we love
a
you.
villain could be.
One
thing I don't forget to mention before we move on: Kaiju number 8 is doing it right. Hey, my hero. Actually, yeah, my hero. Take some notes from Kaiju. Kaiju is killing it right now. Kaiju was killing the game.
My Hero got 6 seasons of. My Hero got 6 seasons of work. Kaiju got what? 6 episodes? Let's calm down, bro.
It got 4. It got 4, and it's clearing right now in terms of animation.
No, it's not. Somebody could throw like 4 episodes of My Hero.
How can you tell me random? You haven't even watched.
Because I'm not gassed for the story. I'm waiting for it to be done. I'll binge it.
Yeah. So once you see the animation, then get back to me.
Hey, if that final arc is heat from My Hero, I'm coming back. I'm looking for you, Lonnie.
Yeah, I'll be right here. I ain't hard to find, nigga.
Facts. I mean, shout out Kaiju number 8. The animation is good from what I've seen. I mean, y'all know how I be. I don't really rewatch stories after I read them. That's not my thing personally. But Kaiju number 8 is one of those anime that's going to be heavily pushed based off its action sequences in particular and its art/animation. So that's going to be big for Kaiju number 8 for the anime to be as good or as big as what the manga sales were indicating. And right now, I don't know if it will be. I'm 50-50 with it, but we'll kind of see how everything kind of plays out personally.
Also, real quick, can we pray for Frieren? It's going on indefinite hiatus, and I'm hella scared for some reason.
Why is it going on indefinite hiatus?
I don't know.
They just announced it for the manga.
They just announced, so we don't know yet. And Frieren is reaching the last chapter before it goes hiatus just dropped today. It's a good chapter, but I'm just like, please God, don't do this to me, man. Don't do this to me.
It's good to take a break. I mean, it's going to be a while until we get Frieren season 2, so I don't think they're in a rush. So
yeah, but I don't know, man. For some reason I just have a bad feeling, and this could be one of the greatest manga of all time. And it feels like, especially where they are in the story in this arc, it's like a weird time to go in an indefinite hiatus.
Yeah, something must have happened for sure. Okay, fair enough. All right. So here are some of the hot takes we'll react to pretty briefly. Let me grab these. So we'll put this on the community tab and kind of give our just quick reactions. Hydro said Soul Eater would be consensus top 5 if it got the Brotherhood treatment.
Huh.
Top 5
anime?
What is?
Well, maybe
Ooh,
not top 5, but it would be definitely like
You can
higher
argue
than-
top 10. I'd say. I
It,
definitely
it
say
would,
you
it
can
would
argue
definitely be
top
up there because the anime butchered the manga, the source
10.
material.
It was a
bro. The
crime.
amount of stuff they changed, like
And
I had
left out.
to read.
There's like 3 arcs that never got animated.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff a lot of arcs that didn't get animated.
Even
and
the ending, which they wanted to bring in, wasn't the right ending. Like
So
you did the
what's
fight, but you
stopping
didn't do the fight
No,
right.
At that time when they ended the anime, the manga wasn't. The manga still had like another arc and a half.
So what's stopping them from redoing it now?
They're in the middle of Fire Force.
Facts.
So I guess my question could the Fire Force to potential, let's just call it Soul Eater Brotherhood just to make it simple. Could that
Well,
be the
that's my
greatest
theory.
prequel to sequel that we've seen? Because Fire Force is great. It legitimately is.
No, but,
Could
well, I
that
mean,
be the greatest prequel to prequel to
that's
sequel?
my theory / hope is that like, because Fire Force is the prequel to Soul Eater. So like, I'm feeling once Fire Force is over, and like they allude back to Soul Eater in like the last episode or so, that's when we might get an announcement. Hey, Soul Eater remake, yada 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 yada. Because
Low
it's not like we're
key,
gonna get a third installment because the mangaka retired. So
low key, random. I think because I'm thinking, I think you're spitting. Like in terms of prequel to sequel situation, there's actually not a lot. Like in anime in particular,
I've said this like 3 times on this show.
You said what?
He's spitting Lonnie. He's spitting Lonnie.
Whoa! I was glazing Fire Force long
No.
long
But
before I
nobody
met you,
put
Lonnie.
together into a take like this, though.
Yeah, because Fire
I've said the
Force,
prequel to
I think
sequel thing like multiple times on here.
I'm be honest, I don't remember you ever saying like greatest.
I will go.
Lonnie, it's
I will
mine.
go through every.
Yeah,
episode.
I know you said it, but I'm saying in a sense
I
of
will
like,
sleep, Riddell.
No, you talked about how Soul Eater is really good, which I agree. I think Soul Eater is
No,
better.
I've talked
Fire
about
Force,
how
and it's
like
really
hopefully
good.
at the end of Soul Eater, the end of Fire Force, it like launches like a remake for Soul Eater. I've said that multiple times.
Oh, but
I will
that's
go
not what
through
I'm
every
talking about.
episode and find the clips.
No, that's not what I'm talking about. What I'm talking about is the greatest dynamic of a prequel to sequel story at like line. And like the only other ones that I can think of right off the top of my head is like Naruto, Boruto, obviously, which I think Soul Eater Fire Force clears. Like I don't even think it's a competition. Maybe Fairy Tail and 100 Years Quest, but I still think Soul Eater Fire Force clear. Seven Deadly Sins and Four Nights of Apocalypse. I still think Soul Eater and Fire Force. Like, I think Random is onto something. Soul Eater, well, Fire Force leading up to Soul Eater in terms of a prequel and a sequel, legit might be the best prequel to sequel anime collection in history. Because I really can't think of anything that compares to it as of right now.
I want to read. Let me read the whole thing. See how it goes. Because I've read Fire Force all the way through. I haven't
Soul
read.
Eater, so good, bro. It's so good.
Huh. Let's hope Lonnie's right, because I think that's if they finish it and they do it justice, it's right there. Why not, Miles? Why not just do it?
No, I agree. I think it would be the greatest prequel to sequel ever.
Yeah, I didn't even consider that. But as far as Soul Eater would be consensus top 5, not in my top 5, but I think it would be top 15, top 20. Yeah, for sure.
If they did it at the time, I feel like when it first aired and they did it properly, I could see it.
Fair. Should we skip random because it's random.
I had to throw
random comedy.
I had to throw it out. My bad, because I'm catching up to Kingdom and Jesus Christ, man.
And I agree, the CGI is awful.
The CGI, I don't understand why they chose to go that direction with it.
I heard after season 1 it was pretty decent though.
It's okay.
It's okay. The problem is anybody who's read Kingdom, like, and have you read Kingdom, Riddell?
Yeah.
So like I think a lot of people might be like intimidated by the amount of text that's on screen and what the author is doing, but it legitimately some of the smartest characters you will ever see in a manga. Just like, how do you write characters that well? Obviously, it touches on a period that at least manga hasn't touched in ancient China, but it's not like the Dynasty Warriors era. If anybody's played that, it's the era that leads to Dynasty Warriors. For anybody who's played those games, and the fact that they chose to go CGI with it, I think really hurts the anime. It's still getting seasons, right? I think season 5 just finished, I think last year or a year ago. So they're gonna make more, but I'm telling you guys, like Kingdom is great. And if they like give Mappa Kingdom, and from everything that we've seen Mappa do, I trust them now, even though they're working their animators too much. But for them to go to CGI, I really think it's never going to be where I think Kingdom should be.
I'm here with you. Kingdom is fantastic. It's also one of the best manga I've ever, like, objectively, like Kingdom, Vinland Saga, Attack on Titan, Berserk, and One Piece. Like, they're all in my top 10. Objectively, like some of the greatest stories I've read in manga. Period. So no, I'm with you. The anime is just holding it back. I agree,
Mhm.
because not too many people know about Kingdom. Like, not too many people know how
Which is
good it is.
crazy. Which is crazy that people like when you talk about the best manga out, Kingdom should be one of those. And it's a long story for those of you like who just want to run with something for a long time. Kingdom is your it could be your choice. Obviously, if you anybody who loves One Piece and all that, and you want just something a little bit more cerebral, you get to see a lot of tactics for those people who like war and anything like that. Plus, you get a little bit of Chinese history at the same time. So you get a little bit of everything, plus a little more. I think it's great.
Agreed. All right, let's speed run through a couple more. Hot take: Aso Diamond is the best sports anime of all time. It is the most complete sports anime. The FMAB, Full Metal Alchemist of Brotherhood of Sports, training, stakes, teamwork, and rivalry. So yes, it's better than Blue Lock. There, I said it. Shout out Santo. I don't think that's a crazy take. I'm not gonna lie. Aso
See, I've
Diamond
never
is good.
seen I've never seen Ace of Diamond. Baseball just doesn't interest me like at
Yeah,
all.
it doesn't. It doesn't.
So I'm just like, even watching the anime of
Really?
it, I'm just all right.
The
Yeah,
amount it's the
I'm not a
amount of
baseball guy.
pitches you can throw that, like, the interesting thing about base I'm not gonna go on this a little quick because I used to play baseball. I don't like to watch baseball, but baseball is interesting in itself, I think.
Like Riddell, I've done it all. I played baseball. I've watched baseball. God, I was even like I was fortunate enough to be on Dodger Stadium before they go and you meet the players, all that. Like it's just no part of baseball interests me at all. And I'm
Fair
like,
enough.
and I wonder why you think maybe anime could because I wasn't a volleyball guy either, and I watched Haikyuu, but I've watched a few baseball and I'm like, oh God, I'm good. I'm all right.
Hey, fair enough. And then the last one we're gonna read. We'll read randoms too. But the
Oh, did I
big
throw two on
three,
there?
yeah,
Mm,
you put two. The
mm.
big three are hard to watch in modern times unless you grew up with them or have some sort of nostalgia. Their pacing is terrible. Episodes are so drawn out that it's common to see two characters fighting for over 5 episodes straight, when in reality, the fight could have been shortened to 1 or 2 episodes. The animation hasn't aged the best either, and a lot of filler is mad annoying. One
Well,
more.
I will say
Hold on.
this.
There's more. There's more.
Oh, okay.
Newer gen shonen anime like MHA, Black Clover, Jujutsu Kaisen, Demon Slayer, and Chainsaw Man get it right by having so much less filler, if any, and fast-paced fights that don't overstay their welcome.
Well, I think that's unfair. Obviously the big three are bigger stories, and I feel like My Hero withstanding and JJK Demon Slayer was done, was about to finish by the time they started animating it. Chainsaw Man is doing it in parts, and so they have more time to animate it. And I'm obviously where I'm at in Naruto. I don't agree with what you're saying. I think where I'm at in Naruto, the show has been great, like has been fantastic. So I don't agree with that. Obviously, maybe it could change over time, but I mean, Tengen Gyotaro fights. It's over 6 episodes. So why are you willing to give Demon Slayer that caveat that you're not willing to give the other ones? Obviously, everybody knows that I give Tengen Gyotaro. I say that's the greatest fight of all time, but that's still over 6 episodes.
Mm.
I
What do you
just don't know
think?
why. Yeah, I don't know why you're willing to give Demon Slayer that caveat, but not the older ones.
What do you think, Ty?
Um, I do think that pacing anime is paced better these days for sure.
That's just a product of the time, right, Ty?
Yeah, it's paced better. I think that I'm not telling this person, man, waiting for that. I think that's why a lot of stories do training arcs off screen, where they're very short, they're to the point. The days of having like Greed Islands are no more. Because people are
Mhm.
about instant gratification. They're like, we want it right here, right now. We don't want to wait. Hurry it up, you know. So
Like
No,
what makes Blue Lock work? Oh, go ahead, Riddle. Sorry.
I agree. I think this is just a current time because I personally think that One Piece, Naruto, and Bleach are, in my opinion, way better stories. At the very least, if you want to make the argument for like JJK or Chainsaw Man, go ahead. But I still think the big three are just so good as a collective when you take out like the filler, of course. And filler is just like filler. I mean, you just skip it. On that, that's what I would say. You could just skip it. So that's really not a point to me as of right now.
I
And
mean,
the pacing stuff, sure. I mean, it was just we have a shorter attention span nowadays. But the animation point, I also don't agree with. Maybe One Piece, but Bleach, I think, stands up, and Naruto stands up very well compared to current times. So, yeah,
also,
I mean,
doesn't
yeah.
Black Clover suffer from a lot of filler
Um,
early in the anime?
Naruto
mm-mm.
suffered and One Piece. And Naruto suffers from filler
Yeah.
probably the most.
I will say this at the end, near the end of the anime run, Black Clover does the Devil Banisher stuff. I thought that was amazing until the end where they fumbled it, which because it's filler, you have to kind of return to the status quo of the world. But I still think that hurts. And also, Demon Slayer, the anime, you love the anime. Go read Demon Slayer itself. The manga, you're not like you. I don't think you're gonna like it as much. The anime elevates the story of Demon Slayer so much that I think that's why you're also willing to give Demon Slayer a lot more love than the other way around.
And current shonen nowadays don't really have the leashes that some of those three had back in the day where they can kind of draw out their story. So
Mhm.
it even by like fan interest, it's so different nowadays where some people are arguing that we need more. Like Black Clover is a big like proponent of or big victim of this that we need more. There's so many things in Black Clover I don't think we're ever going to get. Demon Slayer, I would argue some people would say we need more. Chainsaw Man is lucky that they have done so well that they were able to kind of draw out their series the way that they are. And we'll see how like the current like part two is gonna do moving forward. JJK, if we don't get the hand arc, I would argue we need more. So those series were able to draw out everything. The current series don't really have that luxury. The only one that might be able to fully get everything that they want to get across, other than Chainsaw Man, is maybe My Hero Academia. So we'll kind of see how everything plays out. But the last hot take, random said, Tsunderes are the worst character archetype in anime. I haven't found someone who can change my mind.
What type?
Tsundere.
Tsunderes.
Race.
I,
They're
I
like the overly aggressive, but they actually love you archetype, like the Noels, the Sakuras, stuff like that.
for instance, I think it's very I feel like for most of the Tsunderes I've seen, like think about some of the best ones. Taiga from Toradora, um, I guess you can say Eris from Mushoku Tensei, Noel from Black Clover. There's so much the exception. I've seen people just use them either to pad the story or to artificially like I feel like if you add a tsundere to your story, I immediately know if you know exactly what you're doing or you don't. And I feel like they're just bad. They're just bad, and I can't stand them because I'm like, if you don't have a plan, then why are they there? Why are they beating up the main character just because they can't talk? They can't have a simple conversation. Now you're just padding up the story and it gets frustrating. So I just think they're horrible. I just think they're absolutely horrible unless you have a plan for them.
I feel like
I think a
go ahead.
levels to it though. I don't.
Like
I
why
think
Sakurajima works because the author clearly had a plan for dreaming was it Dreaming Bunny Girl Senpai. Like there's clearly a plan for Mai. So it works. There's clearly a
well,
plan for Chizuru and Rent a Girlfriend because it works. But if you don't have a plan, you're just rely on the dumbass tsundere tropes till you can't figure it out anymore.
I hear what you're saying. Like Cindere's as a like person, like if I met a tsundere, they'd be annoying as hell to me.
Not even
But
talk.
the character archetype is just a reflection of a type of person, a type of human. And I
Yeah.
think that's all it is in the anime is like this person is a type of tsundere is important, and this is a tsundere that's not important. That's like, I think that's all it is, really, to be honest, because we know tsunderes, they exist.
Not only that, I think
I'll-
you do need a bunch of different personalities to make your world feel real. Like you do have people who are
Agreed.
jerks. Like you just need to have those type of characters. And also, it's not just tied to, I don't think, women. You can have, like, for example,
No, absolutely. They're like Vegeta. Vegeta is a perfect example. Of a tsundere.
Inuyasha's a tsundere. You can say Yusuke's a
For sure.
tsundere.
Mhm.
Like those are tsunderes, but they're really good. So I don't know.
Shar, they're scaring me. Am I with a tsundere? Is that what's going on? Is that what Taylor is?
Stop trying to get.
Nah,
yourself
Lonnie,
in
you
trouble.
like tsunderes. That's just
Yeah.
different. You just like tsunderes.
Whatever.
I personally don't. If
Edward
you-
I hated Sakura though. I hated Sakura. With that.
Edward Elric is a tsundere.
Mhm.
I ain't gonna lie, tsunderes might
Yeah.
be tough. Hold on a second. Tsunderes might be tough. Hold on a second. You said
Yo, are we
Yusuke,
fighting
Inuyasha,
together?
Ed, Noel. Hold on a second. I think would you put Urza in there? Maybe not. I don't know.
But just as many
Nah,
like
when it comes to her and Jalal, she's pretty open with her feelings with Jalal.
But the tsunderes, that's one of the part of the archetype is that they're harsh, but they have a warm side to them, which is Vegeta with Bulma.
Gray and Natsu.
Gray and not you could say Ed with Al. Like they have the part of the archetype is that they do have a soft side with someone.
Ed with
or,
Winry. Like,
exactly.
Fuck,
Inuyasha with Kagome and Kikyo.
Do you
I think
consider
Tsunderes
Aaron
actually
one?
might be tough. I ain't gonna lie. Tsunderes might
Would
be actually
Aaron be
fire.
one?
I think
Aaron
low key.
he might transform into one, but he
Hold on a
doesn't.
second. Are Tsunderes like the best archetype?
No, they're
Oh,
not.
it's not always.
Wait, hold on a second.
Yo,
Hold on a second. You can say Mikasa. Mikasa's also tsundere. You can see it's just a harsh. Let me look it up real quick. Let me make sure we got the right definition.
I mean, Guts and Casca.
Guts is a hold on a second. Is Guts a tsundere? Casca's a tsundere, and she's fire.
Casca's a tsundere, but I
She's
feel like
fire.
Let's look up.
so
the
this is where
definition.
maybe because also the amount of slice of life. So why like Chitoge from Nisekoi is a horrible tsundere in my opinion. This all she literally does. Oh no,
Bakugo's a tsundere. Nah, you're not getting me. I'm sorry, you're not getting me.
What?
You're not getting me. The definition, I'll give you the definition. A tsundere is a Japanese term for character development. It refers to a character who initially has a harsh personality, but gradually reveals a warmer, friendlier side over time. That is Bakugo. Tsundere low-key might be the best archetype. That's Endeavor.
That's Margo and
That's
Todoroki.
Endeavor.
And
Wait, Tsudere's
Todoroki.
gonna be tough.
Yo,
So
we
it's actually
spitting right
tough.
here, bro. Not gonna lie.
Wow, Tsuderes are actually tough.
no.
Zoro's a tsundere.
Levi too. Nah,
Levi's
nah,
a tsundere
Random.
for
Nah,
sure. Alright,
nah, nah.
Fine.
I'm
Let
fine.
me go get a list of bad tsunderes real quick.
I'm sorry, like the good
Nah,
is
we
outweighing the
cooking.
bad.
You ain't gonna win this one. We cooking over here. I'm gonna be honest.
Hold on a second. You can say Tsunade was like that. Tsunade's a great character. I ain't gonna lie to you, Random. Nah, you're not getting me, gang.
Yo, J-Rob, we had an epiphany up here, bro. We had an epiphany up here.
Tsunderes might be the archetype.
Who?
Tsunderes. So I said Tsunderes are basically that's literally your type, J-Rob. Tsunderes are characters that initially come off really harsh, but then they grow to be kinder and softer, like Bakugo, for example.
Yeah.
Baro Loki fit Tsundere. He's had a softer
Mhm.
side. Remember, he's talking
Facts,
at the table.
Mhm,
Stop!
mhm.
I ain't gonna lie to you, Random. Tsunderes are actually the best. I go.
Miles, we have to tell you our epiphany. We're telling everybody the world.
I have a type. I officially have a type.
Tsundere.
I hear y'all chatting. I heard y'all.
Oh,
Yusuke, Inuyasha. You can say Byakuya is a
Byakuya.
Tsundere.
But Ty, do all of these people actually fit that archetype for real?
Yeah,
Neji?
yeah, we read the
Neji?
definition. Yo.
Comes off
With
as harsh,
Neji.
but
All I'm hearing is
He's also
y'all
freaking
are
archetype.
saying
Zara
the
that
top.
comes off- It's a character
Still
that
got
comes
Zara.
off
Chitoge from
harsh.
Nisekoi is
Let me put them out
bad.
this
Like
Hold
come on, y'all.
It's basically a character that is initially harsh. The development reveals a warmer side. That's Vegeta, Endeavor, Byakuya, like Inuyasha, Yusuke,
Mhm.
Edward Elric.
Word.
I don't
Yo,
know.
we
I'm
cooking.
trying
up
to think
here,
who
bro.
else. I'm trying to think who else. Shit.
A bunch of characters fit that.
I'm trying to think of some good ones.
Levi,
Levi,
Mikasa.
Askeladd, Thorfinn, maybe.
Askeladd, Thorfinn potentially. But
We
he's
cooking up here,
potentially
boy.
Thorfinn.
Wait, Killua?
Nah, he don't come off as
Oh,
harsh,
actually, Because
But he never comes
He's
off
not
as harsh
really
though.
harsh. He doesn't come as harsh at first.
It never
He's
comes off
like
as harsh though.
Crollo comes off as harsh as work because
Crollo seems very aloof
Whoa.
to me.
harsh at
Yeah, I'll
first.
say he's aloof.
Merum,
What about Uvo though?
Mm.
Uvo. Ooh,
The one that got
Uvo's
the
pretty
first one
harsh.
that died. Uvo?
Yeah. He's actually pretty compassionate, people say, too, in Hunter x Hunter.
I mean, you could say that almost about Todoroki in some sense.
Noel from Black Clover, who's fire. I ain't gonna lie to you, Rand. You gotta prove it to me, bro.
Yeah, Sundare's might be the best archetype in anime.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna lie.
facts on God. And I want y'all to know right now. I don't know how tapped in y'all been with Blue Lock, if y'all caught up, whatever.
I'm caught up.
After Ren gets exposed for being not the top dog, he's just gonna be in a mix, guy. Because I want y'all to know the real rival in Blue Lock. I've gone down this rabbit hole. It's not Ren, it's Baro.
I agree, 100%.
Because, and I'm gonna tell you why. There's a few moments that when I went and dissected. Actually, my bad, y'all. What was the topic? I just came in and ruined the whole vibe.
We
can
were
be
just talking hot takes.
Yeah, we pretty much
Oh,
talked.
okay,
I
okay.
completely agree.
Yeah. So I think Baro is looking like he's the other opposite side of the coin. I think he's the real rival, and the reason why I feel that way is when you look at some of the moments in Blue Lock, Baro has really shown that the same way Isagi is able to manifest goals and perform when the pressure is most intense, Baro is shown to do that as well. And I can name moments in the manga and anime where he's done that. For example, do you remember when they faced the U20? Him coming off the bench just to wreck the game, that in itself shows the type of player that he is, because when it's the most intense, he finds a way to thrive. When you go back and look at when this recently in the manga, when he kicked the damn ball between Kaiser and Isagi's legs to hit a goal, like knowing that that's his best option of attack at the time, obviously he does not have the eyes or the vision that Isagi has. But at the end of the day, not a lot of characters in the show do. I mean, if you think about it, we're talking about a handful of guys that have these eyes. I mean, Hiyori, Isagi, Oliver, and Miko are like the ones that are confirmed, but I can't think of anybody else. So you're not gonna base how great a character is, I think, based off metavision. And I think the way Baro's instincts I think the way Isagi thinks the game, Baro does it more on instincts. I think that's why you see him as like the lion. If you ever notice that every character in Blue Lock has some sort of aura around them, like Aiku is a snake. Not Nagi. What's the other one's name that he always be with the purple hair?
Oh, Rayo.
Rayo. He's a chameleon. If you saw in the last chapter, Kasaru had the falcon. So everybody has something. When I look at Ibaro, I think he's the perfect opposite side of the coin for an Isagi, because Isagi is hard work and calculation, and while Baro is more competitiveness. Well, they both have competitiveness, but it's competitiveness and it feels like instinct as well. His instincts for the game, because I don't think he's always thinking the game. I think he's thinking in like a predatory mindset, like, I'm gonna just devour the game itself. Because if you think about it, some of the shit he do, he just like he take the ball, like he'll take the ball and make a play and decide I'm gonna chop dribble you to death, and then I'm gonna give you this super powered kick. So overall, though, I think Isagi and Bara are looking like really the death lineup for when they win the World Cup. And I honestly think Baro's a better player to me than Ren, honestly.
All I'm hearing is
I completely agree. It is not I don't think it's a coincidence that the author made both of their progression like they're next to each other. Like right now, they have the same ranking, everything. And I don't even think Jay, you don't gotta go that deep. Isagi said it himself. He was like, "Yo, you're the one person I hate. I don't." He doesn't mind losing to. He doesn't want to lose, but Baro is the one dude that if he loses to him,
it pisses him off the most.
So that to me tells me everything I need to know. I forget the progression, forget their parallels, like all that stuff. I think that the fact that he himself is saying that's my biggest rival because losing him hurts the most.
Yeah,
I completely agree.
All
I
I'm
think-
hearing is that my blue lock team looking stacked, bro. He already stocks.
Oh my
Aro
god!
stocks.
How many
Yeah,
times
I ain't
did
gonna lie. Yo,
Random
random
gonna
now, your
always get
team
that.
right now, your
Oh
team, and I'm gonna tell you right now, your team might have been better than mine because my team just took a hit, y'all.
Mm.
Oliver not deciding to play because he get bored, that's gonna piss Coach Rob off, bro. The fact that he said,
which one's
bro,
Oliver again?
Oliver, he plays on
He was the captain of
PSG.
U20, the
Yeah,
defender.
with
That's what I thought. The guy, the defensive dude.
Mhm.
I mean, not. I'm saying Oliver Charles. Excuse me, Charles. Excuse me. I'm sorry. I'm saying Oliver Charles. Charles. He plays for the He's in that. He plays with Ren.
Yeah.
Him. He just flat out be like, man, Ren, you
You can't defend that Sendo pick, Riddell. Your Sendo pick still looming large, bro.
How much? You're gonna keep on bringing up drafts for like
team
months
in the
ago.
community
It's crazy
draft
to me.
was almost just as bad. It was almost as bad as that.
No, it was not. My team was better than Riddell's. It just is.
Random
Barely. Sendo
crazy.
out of the two drafts,
That's
Sendo's
crazy.
still the worst
Looking
pick.
for moral victories.
Hey, look, just because you're mad that your team stocks have been
I'm not
going
mad.
down,
That was
I was
months
planning
ago,
for the
bro.
future, bro.
Planning for future.
Yo, if Riddell's team was an F, yours was like a D.
No,
So-
No, I still stand by my
I-
team, but I don't
can I
care
make
anymore.
A hot take too, real quick.
What's
I'm
up?
not gonna lie. I'm 5 episodes into Windbreaker. It's gonna be better than Tokyo Revengers. Stamped. I'm stamped it, bro. I've seen enough in 5 episodes in the 140 something chapters I read. It's better. It's
I
better, bro.
That'll be one time. Shout out Rashad with the $2 super chat. Hot take: Deku and Shiggy can beat Goju and Sukuna.
Did you just say Goju?
They gonna get
I
you.
don't know
right
what
there.
my
Why-
English
this is
was
why people
there.
tell us we
My
can't-
English there was like the weirdest it's
Goju,
ever
bro?
been in my
That's
life.
crazy.
I was like,
Goju.
what am I saying right now? I'm like, am I having a heart attack? That's crazy.
I don't know about all the power
I-
scale.
How is Shiggy gonna
100%
touch?
disagree.
How is
but
Shiggy gonna touch Gojo? How is Decay gonna affect Gojo?
I ain't gonna lie. I don't know about like the speed scaling. People probably know that better than me.
Yeah,
but
bro.
I
You're gonna have to scale that shit for me, bro.
all I know is I don't see how they're gonna do anything against the 2 domain expansions.
Who are
I
they?
don't-
And that's where I
Wait,
was.
hold on. Time out. Don't they be warping literally reality?
Yeah, I don't know. How they're gonna,
Didn't Sukuna literally cut reality to cut Gojo?
I don't know how they beat them.
Legitimately, Gojo can sit down and Sukuna will take his turn, and then they can revive him, and then Sukuna can sit down and
Yeah.
Gojo takes his turn. Purple
Yeah,
is
I don't know if they're winning,
murking
bro.
both of them. Hollow
Tad was
Purple.
Gucci
Unlimited
Gang.
Void is marking both of them. Like he just
Yeah,
needs
I
to.
Yeah, I don't know.
The
Yeah,
hat
I don't know
trick is
about
crazy.
that.
How
One.
they touching? How they
Yeah,
touching Gojo?
he
Right
cut in
there.
reality.
But even
Yeah,
if he
you
gets
cut-
touched by Decay, they have reverse curse technique.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Will RCT work against that? Like, okay.
Oh, facts.
Like,
I
the Decay
mean, but
starts
Gojo
blowing
might
up
have a
on
good
him,
chance
cuts off
because
his arm, and then
not
just throws
Gojo.
him.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They don't
Also,
But
they
doesn't
can,
Shiggy? But doesn't Shiggy have regeneration too? I don't know if it's as crazy as RCT, but
also
and
they
don't
can
have
like
his regeneration don't have drawbacks.
also they can fly too, so that decay stuff is not gonna like they can like they be
But Shiggy
like
can fly too. How many quirks does Shiggy have? He got unlimited quirks.
well, I don't know how many crazy. I'm just saying, like,
Deku
you know,
can
like
float.
his biggest thing is like if I touch the
Deku is the worst person on this
Yeah,
squad.
Deku is
getting
cooked right now,
cooked.
brother.
I would say one
He's
thing is like
cooked.
most
Me
people
and you.
use when they're debating Sugar Rocky versus people, that's like, oh, you can't touch the ground. I'm like, well, we saw these folks soaring through the skies and fighting. I'm like, they'll be fine.
Sukuna about to bully the shit out of Deku. He's like, you should have jumped off the
Yeah,
building like
he's
Bakugo said.
doomed.